something you loved at one time gives you so much pleasure, but the same thing gives you sorrow, unhappiness. And that applies to everything. Something you love eating, for example. If you love eating something like sugar, gives you a lot of pleasure, right? Like the prince, according to Prince's logic, sugar is pleasant. You eat sugar, you feel nice, right? But if you eat sugar, what it does to you? You eat more sugar, you become sick. The same sugar becomes poison. And the opposite is also true. Poison becomes the antidote. The poison becomes the cure if taken in the right amount. So how can you say something is pleasant or unpleasant? Just think, just apply some thought to it, analyze, contemplate. Everything in our life that gives us pleasure. Like for example, you watch movie, gives you pleasure. But you watch it for some time and then it will give you pain. Somebody was telling me the other day they were watching some series and they were binge watching, right? So they were binge watching the whole day. They completed one season. And then I said, how did it feel? To be honest, we felt like we wasted a lot of time. Guilty. The same thing that gave you pleasure is now giving you pain. And that applies to everything. Whatever you are when you are eating too much, when you are drinking, when you are sleeping too much, whatever you love doing, you do it too much, you have pain. Such is the nature of the world. And it applies to all the things like we discussed. There is not a single person on this planet who can say my life is perfect. Everyone is having pain. Everyone is missing something. Everyone is having some gap, some space in their life. So a quick reminder of a story, if I can share that with you. So there was this, in Switzerland, there was this tailor. One day he heard the news. In the local town, they used to have a monthly lottery, and he heard the news that he won the lottery. The tailor was a man who loved to enjoy life but did not have means. So he was really happy that now he has got €1,000,000 and he can spend the way he wants to spend it. Like I said, he is a lively man, he wants to enjoy life. As soon as he gets the money, he asks his neighbor, who is the most famous woman? Which is the best hotel in town? Let's stay in the best hotel. Let's have the finest wine. Let's have the finest women for me. Like this, because he wants to enjoy for 2 years, 3 years, he's enjoying himself. After spending all the money, he comes back home, opens his shop again. In 2-3 years, he has got his eyesight is weak now. He's wearing glasses. He looks weak because he has drank so much in the last 2-3 years. All kind of single malt, double malt, etc. And now he's tired. He looks so tired. He can't see properly, he can't walk properly. He enjoyed so much. That's an example of everything. He did everything that gives him pleasure. Hence, this pain. He sits And then he starts working. Somehow he got his life back. People started coming to him again, knowing that he is now back in shop. And he starts his routine again slowly. And surprisingly, after a couple of months, the postman comes again. And the postman shouts and he says, "You are such a lucky person." He looks outside of the window. It's the postman and he's shouting and he's like, "You are such a lucky man." I said, "What happened?" He said, "You won the lottery again." Now, last time when this tailor heard the news, he threw the keys of the shop and he took that check in his hand and he ran to the bank. This is what happened last time, when first time he won the lottery. This time when the postman comes in his shop and gives him the check. Now this was a wise man. He threw the check and he said, "I will not make the same mistake twice. I don't need this." Because the pain is not in the wine, the woman, or whatever he did. So he understood that I thought all of this will give me pleasure. I love all of this and this will be so pleasant. It was not. What is the point? What is the point of again going on the same journey? There's no point of this. I have enough. I am living a balanced life, that is enough. This is what Hemlekha is also trying to explain to him. Things that you think are giving you pleasure, they will be responsible for the pain. And it happens all the time. Such is the mind of someone who does vichara. Someone who has contemplation all the time, who is alert. Buddha talks about balance, the middle path. The wise ones always take the middle path. You don't need to put yourself to hunger, which is opposite the extreme path, or tap, sitting between fire and doing all kind of tap. You don't need that. Because ultimately you are doing the same mistake. It's just the opposite of pleasure. The wise one lives in the middle. Not too much pleasure, not too much pain. And only then you can enjoy what is now, what is here and now. Happiness and bliss are two different things, and you will find this in your experience. What we call happiness, laughter, it doesn't mean that you are really blissful. If you are laughing a lot, does not mean you are blissful. And if you are not laughing, it doesn't mean you are not blissful. So be alert in all kind of emotions and all kind of thoughts. Be in the middle. Stay in the now, present moment. No anxiety of the future, no regrets of the past. The momentary happiness that comes by achieving certain goals in your life or certain milestones in our life, that is just a momentary happiness. That is not bliss. Bliss is when you are not attached to those milestones. Bliss is when you are not focused on running. Bliss is when you are observing and enjoying yourself as a runner. Bliss is when you know that I am just an actor. Bliss is when you are always aware of your true self. Things will rise and fall around you. Perceptions will come and go. But you are always centered in Chaitanya. Then what world calls pleasure is not pleasure for you. What world calls or perceives as pain is not pain for you. What world calls a victory is not victory for you. What world calls a defeat is not defeat for you. And there is the real world. That's the self, that is the only truth. That's the only Sat. That's the only constant thing that you ever will have and you ever had. Everything else is transient. Everything else appears and disappears. But yourself, Chaitanya, the knowingness, that does not disappear. It does not disappear in dreams or in deep sleep or in Jagrat state. By staying in that space of self-aware awareness, you are in the heart of Tripura. You are beyond the three cities and you are resting in the heart of Tripura.